Good evening friends. In thermodynamics, now I have explained about the state function and path function. What is state function? State function depends only upon initial and final state. These are the examples: pressure, temperature, volume, number of moles, enthalpy, entropy, internal energy and Gibbs energy. These are some of the examples of the state functions. If you consider in case of pressure volume graph, in first case pressure will change from here to here in first path. In second case pressure is changed from this starting here to this. These 1 and 2 are same. Why? Because these are depends only on the initial and final state. Does not depends upon the how the path follows in first case and second case. Does not depends upon the path, only depends upon the initial and final state. Same like that, volume and temperature also only depends upon initial and final state, does not depends upon how path follows. But in case of path functions, these are very important. We have to remember heat and work. These two only in entire thermodynamics depends upon the path. You have to must remember these two only depends upon the path. If in first case, if you consider from starting initial to final, how the path will follows. If you want to calculate this one, in second case also you have to calculate this one. These two are different. Why? Because this depends upon the path, does not depends upon the initial and final state. If you want to find out work and heat, these two are getting in first process and second process getting different. That's why these are depends upon the path functions. Next, in cyclic process, if you take in cyclic process, this is pressure. If you consider here any state function from initial finally by come to same initial position, the difference between these two initial and final state, because it reaches the same point, that's why delta P is equal to 0. All state functions will be remains 0. But if you consider path functions, if you follow path from starting here to up to reach final state here, if you in case of path follows from here to initial to final different direction, the delta Q is not equal to 0. Delta W work also does not is equal to 0, not equal. But in this case, because of equal, that's why the difference between these two is 0. But in case of Q and delta W does not is equal to 0. That's why these are the